So here's the fear flip exercise I was talking a bit about in the last video. Write down all your fears and negative beliefs. And then next to them, write down more useful thoughts and beliefs, as we went through in the last video. And then display your more useful thoughts as post-it notes, inspiring posters, reminders, or in a journal you read daily. The goal is that you're reading those more useful beliefs every single day, because it's only by constantly fueling the mind all the time that you will start to reprogram it to think more positively. And then set yourself a time every single week. I would suggest a Sunday or a weekend, and reflect on your wins, your breakthroughs, and the barriers that have stopped you. Because by reflecting on those barriers, you can then go back to number one and write them down as essentially fears and negative beliefs, and then start to write next to them what are more useful thoughts and beliefs. And by doing that, you will start to break through those barriers, because you'll be recognizing them as holding you back, and then telling yourself more positive ways to deal with those, and then trying to reprogram your mind. And talking about that, your journal will come in handy here, because in the journal, there is actually a section on your belief systems, okay, here. And you can write down all your dreams and everything in there as well. But there's your belief systems, and also the where you are now and where you want to be. And also each week, at the end of each week of your journal, I've also got the 3 things that went well and 3 things to improve on each day. So I've got 3 because that's all I could fit in. And then at the end of each week, there's a weekly reflection. So you can sit down every week and you can say, what were the biggest wins this week? What were the biggest areas that needed improvement this week? What were my biggest challenges this week? Okay, so every week, and also how can you get out of your own way, and how can you make next week amazing? So that's all there on your reflections every week in the journal. So have a look at that, because that will be really beneficial to you. And lastly, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I mean, it's all we can do, right? But the goal is to try and surround yourself with positivity as much as you can. I know it sounds a bit sort of woo-woo and a bit twee, but it's really true. The more you take in positive messages, the better you feel. The psychological benefits are unbelievable if you're constantly just fueling your mind with really, really good stuff. So it's time to take action. My advice is create a fear buster journal, or use your 90-day journal to help you bust your fears. But create a journal that allows you to keep reviewing your negative beliefs, your more useful beliefs, your things that went well, things that you want to improve, reflecting on your wins, and all of those things we've talked about. Go and curate your feeds. If you do nothing else today, go and curate your feeds. Go to Facebook and start blocking anybody who is delivering negative news. Go to whatever social media site you use and unfollow people that you don't enjoy their content, or it's just really negative and complainy and moany. And start to add some bookmarks and things like that of YouTube channels that are full of positivity, of blogs that are full of positivity, whatever you need to do. Just go and curate your feeds. Do the fear flip exercise where you write down all your negative beliefs and then write all your useful beliefs next to them. And if you can, put them on posters or post-it notes or whatever. Go and find an accountability partner. That's a big one. Just go searching, start on your groups or whatever, or even maybe somebody around you, a good friend or something, but go and do that. And then just continually reprogram your mind. This is something that's probably going to take a bit of time, especially if you've been living with a lot of these fears and self-doubts for some time. So be prepared for it to take a bit of time. It's not just going to be overnight. But if you do some of these, if you take some of these actions and you do some of these exercises and you start to create momentum in your business and life, and you do your PQOs and you start to see some things happening, then all of a sudden your brain will flood with positivity and you'll be off to the races. All right, my friends, we are off to module 8, where I am going to walk you through the journal. and your success plan for both setting and achieving your goals. So I look forward to seeing you in the next module.